guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm meeting a very special guest. Her name is Nani Gulsi and she's a gender studies theorist. So as you guys probably know, I'm reading a book and it's called The Wars by Timothy Findley. I'm currently on section 2 and I have a few questions that I want to ask her, so let's go meet her. Hey Nani, thank you so much for meeting me here today.
Hi, no problem.
So as you know, I'm reading The Wars right now. I'm on section 2. So I have a few questions I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
So as a gender studies theorist, how do you feel about Timothy Findley dedicating a whole chapter to a woman's point of view?
Well, I've read the book and it's really good. And for chapter 12, I think, it dedicated a whole chapter to Juliet Dorsey and her point of view on Robert Ross. I'm happy that Robert Findlay dedicated a whole chapter to a woman. He's showing the equality between men and women being equal instead of actually using Juliet having a brother. He interpreted that Juliet has a sister, showing that there's importance of women and men in the book.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this book was published in 1977, and at this time, woman empowerment was really important. So I think that it's really good that he dedicated a whole chapter to Juliet.
Yeah, I agree.
So moving on, Robert and Harris were obviously very close, and how do you feel about this?
Well, other people would think that there's like a whole gay relationship going on between Robert and Harris. However, there's not. It's just like a mutual friendship kind of connection between Harris and Robert. People would think it's a part of queer theory. However, it's not. It's just showing that how Robert and Harris friendship revolves around this whole mutual connection and love towards each other.
Yeah, and actually even Juliet mentions that she thinks that Robert and Harris were in love, but we do find out that that is not the case.
Yeah.
And finally, how do you feel about Robert's reaction to when he sees the dead body for the first time? Because he was obviously like very shocked and like horrified.
Well, a lot of men they would think that if they see a dead body, they need to be brave. But however, it's like a normal reaction. If you see a dead body, you get disgusted and shocked. So Robert having this reaction towards his dead body is pretty it's normal. And the men in the book who also see the dead body, they show this whole masculine masculinity when they see the dead body. However, it's not supposed to be the same for everyone, every man. So he doesn't really destroy the whole notion of how men are supposed to be masculine. It's just a normal reaction towards a horrifying experience.
And seeing a dead body for the first time. Yeah, anyone would be horrified.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for meeting with me today. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so the next clip you guys are going to see is of Navina and Georgina, and they're going to be talking about cultural studies. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys! We just saw that Nani and Isha looked at Timothy Findley, The War, through a general studies point of view, and when we were reading it, we were very interested in what influenced him. So we wanted to look at it through a cultural point of view.
Yeah, when I was reading the book, I was wondering a lot about what were the circumstances that Timothy was in, that influenced him to write the book.
Yeah.
And were there other people, or was it just a circumstance, or where did he come up with the idea?
His uncle Thomas Findley was actually in the First World War, and that was kind of helped him shape this book.
Yeah, I heard about his uncle being in the First World War, and I think maybe that's why the book's so rich in songs and art forms as well as literature from the First World War.
I also read that Timothy Findley likes to put these certain key elements in his books, like loneliness, violence, concern for animal rights, putting a person in a mad world and see how they would react.
Exactly.
He also thinks that authors need to, when they write, they need to tell people what is wrong with this world. So that's also something that, the wrong nature of things, that's also helps shape his
book. And that's
book.
kind of what's driving him in his writing.
Okay, yeah. I know we only talked a little bit about Timothy Findley's influences, and they all related to the book The Wars, but how can it overall help us understand his novels and his other literatures?
That's actually an interesting question, because when I was doing some research on him, I found out that instead of just writing about characters and making up the story as he goes, he actually approaches it differently than other authors and approaches it from the standpoint of an actor himself. And this way he's able to convey the emotions that the characters are feeling, and therefore
he never pulls off the character before he finishes writing the book. He always leaves it open for himself.
Yeah, and that way us as an audience are kind of able to interpret it in our own ways, while still getting like the understanding of the character and the character's development and all. Also, one thing I realized was that instead of just writing straight up like, oh, this was the war and this was the setting and like, you know, mainly focusing on the violence, like a lot of war authors do, he kind of makes it open for us to think a little bit more on like the setting. Like for example, in the beginning of book 2, The Fog, and all, it kind of it implies war and it shows war, but it's kind of indirectly.
Like his short story War, it's not relatively about a physical war, but about the emotion someone is facing. He likes the topic war or like the feelings around war, but he never really faces on like war.
He's like an author, like as you mentioned, the short story War. He's an author which makes us think more into the story, which is very important because that's how we figured out like the short story War was about war, but through the fight of him and his father.
Yeah, now you guys can see the existentialist.
What's up, guys? So we're gonna meet with someone to discuss The Wars by Timothy Finley. Kind of hear their opinions on the book, you know? That's right. You should be here by now. Where is it?
Hello, my friends. You must be the existentialist swine. You know, you really disappoint me. Like, you and your little fake theories
My fake
disgust
theory.
me.
I'm sorry, has there been any actual proof of your theory?
Yeah, okay. Why did the war happen? Because fate decided, alright, buddy, you should just, like, take a seat and we should... Let's discuss this.
Let's hear your story. Let's hear your opinion.
Alright, you know, why would this book be about existentialism when there's this great quote? Alright, you see it for a little bit and I'm gonna take it away because I don't think your brain is comprehended, okay?
Okay.
Hear thou my prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. Alright? It's basically saying that the world is controlled by God, you know? We are controlled by
Is it
God.
really? I didn't catch that.
Once we die, yeah, that's why I said your tiny brain will not be able to comprehend this, my
Do you
friend.
care to elaborate on why?
Yeah, okay. The quote says,
Do tell me more
once we
about your
die,
life.
our flesh will go to God because God controls us. Our fates are decided by God. Like, do you have any better arguments, sir?
I do. I personally, that's not right.
All right, tell me
My-
your argument.
My personal opinion on this is that this book is all about how we should live our lives, like how we want it. It's not personally set in stone. It's not nothing like that. Nothing happens for a reason. It's all random. And one quote from this book that I think is really emphasized that point is on page 92. It said, "It was like a tunnel through which you walked, not knowing your destination. Everyone remained a stranger." Now, here, I would I would want to explain it to you, but like, I'm pretty sure your clouded judgment.
Please explain it. Like, my judgment is better than yours. Do not think it's clouded.
Alright, fine. The bit, it says, which you walk not knowing your destination. That's saying how through life, when you're experiencing life, you don't know how it's going to end. You don't know when it's going to end. There's nothing set in stone. You do what you do, it doesn't matter.
That argument's weak because there's no proof that God doesn't program the human being to be like that. Do you
Yeah, I
have
don't
any
need
other
proof. Do
argument?
you have proof that God
Yes,
programs us?
because God is everywhere.
Where is he right now then?
He's in the sky, sir.
He can
Do you have
fly.
any proof?
Proof of what?
Any other argument? Because that
Oh, I have a better argument than you dumb.
That,
Person.
sir, that language is not appreciated here. Alright?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. It's
Do you
true.
have any other arguments?
Here's a better
That
one.
argument was
You
off.
live when you live. No one else can ever live your life, and no one else will ever know what you know. Your life is your own. No one controls you. No one can determine your fate. Your fate is not set in stone. You don't even have a fate.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. You want to punch that cameraman? Go ahead.
Okay.
You want to jump off a building with a parachute? Why not? I'm not sure how it would be because
I agree with
I'm pretty
that.
sure people like you think that, oh yeah, if I'm meant to die, I'm meant to die. No, you die for random causes. It's never set in stone.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir. Alright. Let's leave this at good topic. I hope you learned something. I've learned something good from you.
Yeah, you better be better. Now you're better informed.
Yep. Okay. You know, you have a nice day, you scum.
So prove you're wrong though.